And we're good.
So you've asked what the Brotherhood of Caring has meant for me. It was not a resource that I knew about or that I was looking for. My wife was diagnosed with ovarian cancer 14 years ago, and she experienced multiple rounds of surgery and chemotherapy and related treatments. There were recurrences on 3 occasions. It was a long, difficult journey for her and for our family. Her outcome was not great. She passed away last year. Uh, this is not a universal outcome, but it's unfortunately common, and we know that this is a really challenging disease. And so I've been a caregiver for her through that period. Uh, when she was first diagnosed, our children were 7 and 9. And when she passed away, they were into their 20s and they were college age. And at every age along that timeline or along that period, you can imagine there were challenges and needs and uh, family concerns that we had to deal with. As her situation became more limited and her outlook was more difficult and uh, her symptoms became more challenging, obviously the demands for me became emotionally and physically more challenging. And I was doing it pretty much on my own, not without help from family and friends, not without help from a great community around us. We had that, and that was lucky for us. But in the day to day, when the person you love is facing anxiety, fear, physical challenges, difficult symptoms, the problems and cycles of chemotherapy and other issues, um, you're the one who's there for them. And so when I was introduced to the other men in this group, uh, we didn't have much in common besides the fact that the woman that we were very close to uh, was struggling with ovarian cancer. Uh, Spouses, siblings, parents, and so forth. And we've come to know a bit about each other's lives outside of that basic fact, but it's basically been essentially sharing experiences. And it's been remarkable to me how much comes to the surface, how people work through things, how articulate and uh, present people are. It's not a formal therapy session. There is some prompting, but not a lot of formal guidance. And the people in it have very different backgrounds in terms of speaking and expression and how much they frame emotional or health related or practical topics. But I've found everybody in the group to have just talking about their own experience and what kind of concerns and problems and challenges and issues they face, what's going on with their partner or spouse or mother, uh, to have so much revealing, resonating, insightful kinds of reflections that it's been a tremendous bonding experience. It's meant a lot to me in terms of understanding how other people are getting through this kind of process. It's also meant a tremendous amount of, I don't know, validation, I guess you would just call it, when somebody expresses their own concerns or apprehensions or problems, and it resonates or jibes completely with what you've experienced and what you've gone through. So having company, if you will, having the reflections and even sometimes the practical tips of other people in a similar situation, and simply sharing our experiences at all levels, whether it's the day-to-day emotional or practical parts, has really been a great source of support for me over the last almost 2 years that I've been participating in the group. I think I've only missed one session when Tamara was in very serious condition, and I've continued since losing her because it's been very important to have that company and that uh, sharing and that brotherhood. And so I've been really grateful, appreciative. There's been humor. There's been uh, some light moments, but there's also been a lot of really profound and really lifting sorts of experiences. And I've come to really regard the group and the moderators and the organizers and all the people involved uh, very highly and with great appreciation and great affection.